Hey there, if you've ever wanted to connect with women on a deeper level and make a lasting impression, this video is for you. Did you know that a few simple words could make you completely irresistible to any woman? It might sound surprising, but it's true. Sometimes a short, well-timed phrase can change everything. And today, I'm going to show you how these words can dramatically improve how you interact with women. But first, let me ask you this. Have you ever noticed that when you say the right thing, you feel more confident, more attractive, and you see the person you're talking to respond differently? That's the power of words. Now, before you get excited, I'm not talking about magic words or some cheesy pickup line. What I'm talking about are two simple, straightforward words that, when used properly, can completely shift how you're perceived. These words have the potential to not only change how women see you, but also how you view yourself in interactions with others. So, how can something so simple have such a powerful impact? Let's break it down. These words, while simple, convey confidence, clarity, and intent. When you use them, you're showing that you are comfortable in your own skin and that you're not afraid to be clear about what you want. Women, and people in general, are drawn to confidence. Confidence doesn't mean arrogance, but it does mean being sure of yourself. And when you express your intentions clearly, you're giving off an air of certainty, which is incredibly attractive. Let's talk about how these words work. These two words are, I'm interested. Now you might be thinking, wait, is that it? Yes, that's it. It's that simple. But let me explain how it works and why it's so effective. Imagine you're at a social gathering and you meet someone you find interesting. Instead of beating around the bush or trying to impress with flashy talk, you simply say, I'm interested. It's straightforward but also powerful. You're not playing games or pretending. You're not being vague or overly cautious. You're expressing your genuine intent in a way that invites connection. When you say, I'm interested, you're not just talking about being interested in a romantic way. It could mean you're interested in her thoughts, her ideas, her day, or even her perspective on something. But what's key here is the delivery. By saying, I'm interested, you're immediately signaling that you value what she has to offer and that you're not just trying to impress her for your own gain. You're showing genuine curiosity and respect for her as a person. And that's incredibly attractive. But here's the catch. It's not just about saying the words, it's about how you say them. The effectiveness of I'm interested lies in how you say it with sincerity and confidence. There's no room for hesitation or uncertainty. The moment you say these words, you're letting the other person know that you're not playing games. You're genuinely engaged. Now, you might be wondering, how do I apply this strategy in my everyday life? It's simpler than you think. The next time you're having a conversation with a woman, don't be afraid to show genuine interest. Whether you're meeting someone at a party, having a one-on-one conversation at a coffee shop, or even chatting casually on the phone, these two words, I'm interested, can work wonders. But here's the best part. You don't have to overthink it. You don't need a rehearsed script. Just be real, be confident, and show that you're engaged. You'll see how much more natural and rewarding your conversations become when you stop second-guessing yourself and simply express your interest in the person you're talking to. Remember, it's not about using some magic words that change everything. It's about expressing your intent in a way that's clear, direct, and full of respect for the other person. These words, I'm interested, are just a tool, a simple tool that, when used correctly, can transform how you interact with women and people in general. Before we wrap up, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Have you ever caught yourself saying things like, we can do whatever you want, or maybe even, I don't know, what do you think? If you've ever said something like that, you may not realize it, but you could be unintentionally giving the impression that you're uncertain or lacking confidence. Now let me ask you, when it comes to relationships or attracting someone's attention, what do you think is more appealing? A person who is unsure and indecisive, or someone who knows exactly what they want? That's right, confidence is key. Today I want to share with you a secret that can completely change how others see you, especially when it comes to dating or relationships. The secret is simple, and it's built around just two words: confidence and clarity. These words are like magnets for attraction, and the key to demonstrating them is saying just one thing: I want. You might be thinking, that's it? Just saying I want? Yes, absolutely. But let me explain why these two words are incredibly powerful. When you say I want, you're not just asking for something. You're making a statement about who you are. It shows that you are decisive, confident, and unafraid to express your desires. When you say those two words, you show that you're not just someone who goes with the flow. You're a leader. And that, my friends, is what many people, especially women, find incredibly attractive. Now that we understand the power of these words, let's talk about how to use them in real life situations. Saying, I want, is easy, but incorporating it into your conversations can make a huge impact. It's all about clarity and confidence. Let me give you a few examples. Let's say you want to invite someone out. Many people might say something like, if you'd like, maybe we could hang out sometime. Does that sound confident to you? It sounds a bit wishy-washy, right? But instead, if you say, I want to take you to dinner this Friday, that's direct. It's assertive and it's clear. It shows that you're confident in your decision and that you value her time. Or let's say you're texting someone you like. Instead of sending a vague message like, hey, we should hang out sometime, try something like, I want to get to know you better. How about we grab a coffee this week? That's straightforward and makes your intentions crystal clear. Speaking of texting, have you ever thought about how a single message can make someone think about you non-stop? Imagine sending a message that not only grabs attention, but also creates an unforgettable impression, even if she's already seeing someone else or views you as just a friend. With the right words, you can spark her curiosity and create a deeper connection. There are specific phrases that tap into emotions, grab attention, and leave a lasting impact. If you're curious about how to craft these messages that are impossible to forget, click the link below. I'll show you how to write irresistible texts that have her anticipating your next move. Now, let's talk about how to use I want in relationships. It's not just for first impressions. In an ongoing relationship, being clear about what you want can actually help you express your feelings without being ambiguous. Instead of saying, whatever you want is fine, try something more assertive like, I want to spend more time with you this weekend. Let's plan something special together. See how that shows initiative. It's an expression of value and care, and it's a way to take charge of the relationship. Of course, while confidence is key, it's also important to balance it with respect. Using I want doesn't mean you should be demanding or self-centered. The goal is to show your intentions clearly while also being considerate of your partner's feelings. When used correctly, I want communicates strength and clarity without sounding pushy. To wrap up, remember this. I want isn't just about asking for what you desire. It's about showcasing your confidence, leadership, and clarity. When you speak with certainty and express what you want, you create a stronger connection with others. And that's a trait people admire, especially in a partner. Now, whether you're looking to attract someone new, impress a date, or strengthen your current relationship, try using these two powerful words, I want. You'll be amazed at how it transforms your conversations and relationships. Overbearing. It's a term that can make us cringe, right? It's not just about the words we choose to say, but also about how we deliver those words. Now I know what you're thinking. Isn't being direct important? And yes, it absolutely is. But here's the thing. You can be direct without being pushy. You can be assertive without crossing the line into being overbearing. And it's not always easy to strike that balance, but it's essential if you want to make a meaningful connection with someone. Let's break this down, shall we? It's one thing to say something, but it's another thing entirely to deliver it in a way that shows respect and openness. When you say something with a kind and respectful tone, it will leave a much better impression than if you were to say the same words, but with an aggressive or dismissive tone. People are always more likely to respond positively when they feel respected and heard. If you're being respectful in your delivery, you'll be more likely to receive respect in return. But here's the important part. If you use this approach but forget to factor in respect and consideration for the other person's feelings, well, it can come across as condescending or overbearing. Now, here's the essential point that you need to remember. For this strategy to work and to be truly effective, you have to be genuine. Genuineness is key. There's no room for manipulation or for trying to control the conversation. It's not just about you, and it's certainly not about getting your way. This approach is about creating an open, respectful dialogue where both people can express their needs and feelings without fear of judgment or rejection. Think about it like this. It's not about making demands or forcing someone into something they're not comfortable with. It's about being open about your intentions while leaving space for the other person to express their own. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're talking to someone and you really want to go out for dinner tomorrow. You could say, "I would love for us to have dinner tomorrow." That's clear, right? It shows what you want, but it also leaves the other person with the option to either accept or decline without feeling forced into it. However, if she can't make it or prefers a different time, it's essential to show that you're flexible. You might say something like, "I understand. How about Saturday instead?" This response is crucial because it shows you're considerate of her time and preferences. At the same time, you're still being clear and decisive about what you want. This is what it means to balance clarity and respect. You're not being rigid or demanding, you're simply offering a suggestion, but with the flexibility to adjust if needed. It's a fine line between being assertive and being stubborn. Women, and really anyone, appreciate confidence. Confidence is attractive. It shows that you know what you want and you're willing to go after it. But here's the thing. Confidence doesn't mean bulldozing over someone else's preferences or feelings. When you become inflexible or stubborn, that's when things start to go south. That's when you risk pushing someone away. So, while it's important to be confident and clear about your intentions, you have to also remain open and flexible, especially if the other person has a different idea or preference. Here's the important takeaway. It's not just about your words, it's about creating space for the other person to share their thoughts too. Communication is a two-way street. If you're only focused on making your point without considering the other person's perspective, that's when the connection starts to break down. When you're genuinely honest and direct, it invites the other person to do the same. And when you respect their ability to express themselves freely, you're building a foundation of mutual understanding and trust. This ultimately leads to better, more meaningful connections. Most importantly, the delivery of your message matters more than you may realize. It's not just the words you say, but how you say them. Your tone, your body language, and the attitude you project play a huge role in how your message is received. You don't want to sound demanding, like you're giving orders or pushing someone into something. Instead, you want your tone to express confidence, while also being friendly and open to the other person's response. Think of it this way. You can be clear and decisive without being a dictator. You can show that you know what you want, but also remain open to the other person's needs and opinions. That's how you foster a healthy, respectful relationship. So, to wrap it all up, when it comes to communication, it's not just about what you say, it's about how you say it. By delivering your message with respect and openness, you create space for honesty and mutual understanding. Being assertive and confident is important, but always remember to be flexible and considerate of the other person's feelings. Now that you've got the know-how, it's time to put it into action. Because trust me, practice is where you'll see the most significant transformation. It's one thing to learn a technique, but it's the consistent use of that knowledge that will really move the needle in your relationships, your confidence, and how you show up in the world. Here's a simple yet powerful challenge for you. Start using the phrase, "I want," 5 times a day for the next week. Sounds easy, right? You can do this in big situations or even in the smallest, everyday moments. The key here is to start developing that inner confidence and decisiveness. You might be wondering, what exactly will happen when I start using this? Well, here's the thing. People will respond to you differently. Whether it's your friends, your co-workers, or even casual acquaintances, they'll see you as someone who knows what they want. And here's where it gets interesting. You'll be perceived as more decisive, more respected, and even more attractive to others, because you're coming from a place of clarity and self-assuredness. Imagine this. You're in a conversation with a colleague, and instead of being unsure or vague, you clearly state, "I want this project to be done by Friday," or in a more personal setting you say, "I want us to try that new restaurant this weekend." Just by making this small shift, you communicate confidence and strength, and people notice that. But here's the key. The goal isn't just to say, "I want." It's about embodying the energy behind it. When you speak with intention, you naturally become more magnetic. People are drawn to your clarity. So now that we've discussed what you can do, let's make sure you really take this to heart. Don't just leave this as a theoretical idea in your mind. You need to practice it. That's where the magic happens. Just like any new habit, the more you use this strategy, the more it will become second nature. And here's how I want you to stay accountable. Drop a comment below and share how you plan to use "I want" this week. Tell me about a specific situation or example where you think you can apply this. It could be in a work setting, with friends, or even in your personal life. What's one area where you're going to practice being more decisive and assertive? I'm genuinely excited to hear your plans. Then, come back at the end of the week and share your results with us. How did it go? Did you notice any changes in how people responded to you? What was your experience like? I would love to hear how it worked for you. And if you found this valuable, drop a comment below with the words, "I am working on my best self," and let's support each other in our growth journey. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so I can continue bringing you more insights like this. Your support means the world to me, and it helps me keep producing content that adds value to your life. Remember, express yourself freely, keep a positive outlook, and always aim for progress over perfection. Take action and start using "I want" to create more powerful connections in your life. Before we wrap things up, I want to remind you of something important. If you found this video helpful and you're excited to apply the tips I shared today, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. That way, you'll never miss out on any of the valuable content I'm creating just for you. Your support means the world to me, and it helps me continue producing videos that can make a real difference in your life. So, go ahead and take a second to subscribe if you haven't already. Now let's take a moment to reflect on what we discussed. Remember, the challenge is simple but powerful. Start using the phrase "I want" 5 times a day this week. This small shift in your communication can have a massive impact on how others perceive you and how you see yourself. It's about being clear, decisive, and confident in your interactions. Whether you're speaking with friends, co-workers, or even in more casual settings, you'll start to notice that people will respond to you with more respect, admiration, and even a sense of attraction to your energy. But here's the key: don't just think about it. Practice it. Consistent application is where the magic happens. It's not enough to just know the technique. You have to put it into action. And remember, you're not doing this alone. Drop a comment below and let me know how you plan to apply this challenge this week. What specific situation can you use the phrase, "I want to make a positive change"? I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'm excited to see how you put this into practice. At the end of the week, I want to hear about your results. Did you notice any differences in how people responded to you? How did it feel to be more decisive and assertive? Share your experiences, and we'll continue this journey of growth together. Lastly, if you're enjoying the content here, don't forget to hit like and share this video with anyone you think might benefit from it. It helps the channel grow and allows me to bring even more tips to help you become your best self. Stay confident, keep practicing, and keep pushing yourself to grow. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.